Alrighty. I see dragons. I see randomizer features.
Yep, coming to you live from the cartographer's nightmare that is Elfguard, we bring to you the Dragon Warrior Randomizer Tournament. I am MeleeWizard alongside the Sea Wolf. How are you doing today, sir?
Not bad, not bad. Work week is done. I focus on important things, like not being killed by large gouts of fire.
Well, thankfully, we don't have to worry about that. Our runners have to worry about that. On that note, we have, for you this evening, we have Highspirits versus Centroid41, the 6 and 27 seeds, respectively. Though, given how this first round has shaken out so far, that may not matter very much.
Yep, seeds are nice. You know, good seeding, bad seeding, whatever works there. Again, the randomizer's nature makes it that a little bit of bad luck can go a long way, and vice versa. So seeding is fantastic for, good placement, maybe a buy. It's like, I'll play the game though, and the game can be very cruel.
Yeah, indeed. And so we've seen, just by the seeding, we've seen some big upsets, including the number 1 seed going down already. So who knows how this whole tournament will shake up from here.
Already, our racers are now getting prepared. Again, it's a vanilla flags race. So the flags you saw mostly in the Swiss stages, we're seeing again. So nothing too crazy. Except, I've seen a small problem with the MP total.
Yep, someone call MTI. He's already gonna love this. Although the fact that we don't have any spells, it's not really that big of an issue right now, so...
Yeah, it's an issue later on, when you have to get to 80 or 90 or so to do the job at the end.
One thing that I do like is that 12 strength. That's gonna definitely help knock out some early enemies, hopefully.
12 strength, 16 agility, decent defense, decent speed. Hopefully you find the earlier game enemies in droves. You want some ghosts, you want some slimes, some drakies, pound them down, get some levels, and hopefully get something out of them. Because 13 HP is not great, and healing is not going to be a thing, I don't think.
Yeah, and though if the first zone has a whole bunch of magicians, magic drakies, and scorpions, we might be in some trouble. But we are underway. Let's see what our first 3 chests are going to be. Stones of Sunlight, and an herb, and the obligatory magic key in order to actually exit the room.
Alright, get you a free card. Wanna buy 4 more rounds of this fight? Here we go.
So that's that's a friendly place when we have low HP. And it goes right into the other enemy zone too. Oh, that's not nice.
Just enough swamp to be a problem. Oh, and Dream Nose hurt.
Yeah, and oh boy, so that's already an 8 HP penalty just to get out of Tanagal, and it deposits you right in the neighboring enemy zone. Oh, wow, this is bad.
I'm gonna hope for anything oddball for my racers. Alright, in the swamp, Highspirits find the Draki.
Oh, that's a good bit of luck, and the Draki goes down. So this might be what it comes down to, unless you're lucky to find a weaker enemy in a different zone. But between werewolves and drolls and druids, that's already not looking too likely. But hey, at least Highspirits is on the board on the XP front.
Mm-hmm. Good news for both our racers. Werewolves only have baby breath. Well, bad news now, but good news later on. Centroid trying to sneak around to that forest up there and try and get a little taste of Zone 0.
Ooh, there's a metal slime, though. And they're under 12 strength, so it's not going to run away.
Let the battle begin.
Mm-hmm. And it seems to be spamming Stop Spell, which is good for us. That's 2 damage. Can he get a 3rd? Not
Highspirits
quite.
does the hard way.
Oh, the metal slime takes him down.
Metal slime, after taking 2 hits, bears fangs.
Mm-hmm.
Right for the neck. Highspirits is level 2 the hard way.
Yeah, and another, looks like it was 10, 2, 11, and 12, and they get the Radiant spell. So already got some good MP right out the gate. And yeah, Highspirits looks like you looped around the water to get to that initial zone that way.
That zone there is pretty handy. However, Magdrakes have sleep and hurt. Will probably be fatal to engage.
At this stage of the game, yes. And even more fatal, Red Dragons.
Yeah, that's going to be a death right there.
Yeah.
Alright, so the zone up there is the basic way to go to for grinding. For the normal way, Centroid might be fixated on that metal slime grind and head down south. We'll see how it goes.
Highspirits is going to try his luck trying to take out this droll here. Nah, not so much.
Yeah, still limited hit points, limited defense, and the healing is not that great. Both erasers have not used their herb yet. Look at it, not take it back.
Well, Centroid just
oh, no.
did, and ooh, hello, deal 2 breath on the Magician. You do not want to see that.
Magician held back too. Magician waiting for the heal.
And Centroid just decided to reset and just go through that whole bit again. Didn't really lose anything. Really had no progress at all.
It was no loss.
Definitely wanted to keep that herb though.
Yeah, the Magician would have been a fair kill for the herb, except to decide to, pull off his robe and realize, unleash a dragon neck, pair of wings, and a large gap of breath. Alright, Centroid heading back to the west. May now go to the plain old grind.
And it looks like he's doing the same thing Highspirits is doing, looping around, try to get himself back into that zone 0. And it looks like you don't really have a heck of a lot of space to maneuver in. Highspirits look like moved one space to the west and went back into the other one, but does take down this Druid, and that's probably, that's level 3. So let's see what we got. 0, 1, 8, 11. Okay.
The stats were had. Nothing gained of real use. Ooh, we have a free cave. Never mind.
Well, we'll see if it's free. No, it's not.
Highspirits thrown into the cave head first. Unfortunately, there's a large staircase in the way, and head back to the throne room.
But even though it didn't gain any strength there, 22 strength's not bad for this early game, and getting that HP up might be a little bit more important at the moment.
Alright, Centroid gets level 2 the hard way.
And sees that you get Radiant, which doesn't really do much for you right now. Because unfortunately you can't use it to blind your enemies.
I see a bridge. Ooh, Highspirits uses Metal Slime.
And it has Hurt More!
Okay, Metal Slime is a jerk. Metal Slime was playing around before.
Yeah, that was an interesting bit of RNG that Centroid got, even though it didn't really help him in the end. But
that'd have been horrifying since we got down to 2 HP and then it blew him up.
At least I would have preferred having that, actually getting the information on that, but to each their own, I suppose. Centroid takes down the Scorpion and gets level 3.
There you go. Yeah, I'll wrap. No one saw the Hurt More. Hurt More was seen by Highspirits just now, and that's it.
Yep.
Highspirits now with enough gas in the tank to take on these ruins.
And ooh, hello, Scorpions have deal 2 breath too. Oh my.
Okay, so early game enemies are packing some heat.
So once you get to the point where you can one-shot them, it won't matter too much. Although by the time you're at that point, they may not be worth the effort anyway.
I mean, everyone was fine until they ambush you out of nowhere and do 70 damage.
Well, that could happen at any time in theory.
Alright, Highspirits been trying this grind. A little exploration on the side. Centroid's caught back up experience-wise. Again, opening scenes here is pretty brutal.
Yeah, things are... Ooh, and there's a Magi Wyvern that ambushes as well. Okay, we've got a lot of ambush-happy enemies at the moment.
Yeah, these are high-end Magi Wyverns, Knights. They're high mid-tier. They're like B-tier enemies in this game. You don't want to face them unarmed.
I believe... Well, there was that red dragon. I believe it was to the south.
And there's a werewolf in the forest to the southwest as well. That's endgame enemy, endgame caliber enemy.
Oh, red slimes are running away. You don't want to see that right now. and an Axe Knight. Yeah, that's another death.
All right, I will call this forest Hawksnesvania.
Yeah, all we need is the Star Wyvern instead of the Magi Wyvern. Yeah.
All right, Centroid gets back to the grind spot. He's scared to slam.
Yeah, the Magidracky putting him to sleep. Well, he does wake up though.
I think it's a scary fight because sleep and hurt. That's like a 2-3 round finisher.
Well, he's able to take out the Magidracky. Takes the experience lead for whatever that's worth at this point.
Highspirits. Nope, Druin gets the best of Highspirits. Rolls high a few times in a row.
But there's level 4 for Centroid. Let's see what we got. 1, 4, 5, 9. New spell. Sleep. That's not bad. That's not bad.
That's very handy.
At least you have something that can help you fight some of these things.
Yes, things that are asleep cannot punch you, or breathe fire on you, or cast fireballs at you, or put you to sleep instead.
And if nothing else... Oh, there's Drakimas too. And Centroid gets to that cave, sheds some light on the situation, and it's Tablet Cave.
Alright.
Well, you said it was a free cave. Didn't know how right you were.
It's so free. Let's see what the free gift at the bottom is. Could be anything.
Could be a sword. Probably won't be, but no, it's just money.
Fat loots. Alright. Oh, just gotta find a town and... Oh, yeah. I guess in the chat discussing the monster's abilities. A monster can have up to 2 abilities or spells. It checks the first ability, then checks the second ability, and then, failing both those things will attack you.
Yeah, and all those abilities will either have a 25, 50, or 75% chance. Also random, I assume.
Hey, you found Star Wyvern.
Well, there's part of our Hawk's Nest combo platter here.
Ooh, the Zone castles. Pretty rough.
Yeah, so we're saying Drolls, Druids, Drakimas, and now Warlocks.
Alright, since we're engaging enemies across the south here, it'd still be wise to cast Sleep if possible.
Yeah. Because they still hurt.
It's less them hurting and you having low attack power.
And, Druids have heal more. That, you definitely don't want to see that.
Yeah, but if Centroid persists, this is interesting because that didn't happen too often. It must be a low chance, and it must only happen at the critical HP level.
Yep. The enemies will only use heal spells when they're at, I believe it's 25% or less.
Ooh, Centroid finds out middle signs have hurt more.
Yep. Right away, too.
That's all convenient, though. It's mean to string you along like that.
And Highspirits at level 4 will get that sleep spell. They're at least getting some decent magic boosts, magic points so far.
Yeah, having started at 0, they've made pretty good progress getting that back to a reasonable level. Oh, hey, town.
And it's Garenham.
Not bad. You got herbs, you got an item shop, you have a chest, you have a cave above you, it has 500 gold pieces waiting for you.
And, well, there's our Flame Sword and Silver Shield. That's nice. That's nice information.
Would you be dapping up to grind 3 chests to get the broadsword?
Looks like he's going to be doing that. Or at least grinding for something.
This would be the most janky grind I've ever seen in a race.
Well, at least the only risk you're taking is when you're that one step in and out and getting back to Garenham. That's
walking back.
At least
you're at risk.
At least you're not at risk of anything happening in the cave itself.
Yeah, it's dangerous, but a broadsword would be a huge boost to combat around here.
Oh yeah, he would still have to do this, I believe, 2 more times.
Yeah, it would have been 2 really high rolls to. Actually, I don't think it's gonna be 2 more grinds for sure.
Yeah, I forget what the high point of these gold chests are. But I don't think it's 750. Maybe 700, maybe? Oh, okay, 755 is max, so it is possible that it could be one more, but you pretty much need a max roll for that chest.
There are 2 variable options that will function for a 2-shot deal.
Probably not going to happen, though. Not likely.
Yeah, given our options, is probably the best chance to get yourself an early game boost, because metal slimes will murder you in your sleep, and most enemies here have sleep or fire breath. Since we're pondering, like, what can I sell to make more money fast? There's nothing to sell.
But you know what? If this helps Centroid get an edge on some of these enemies, that could be an advantage. Being able to get some more experience, possibly get some exploration done. Although the fact that he already has the exploration advantage, knowing that Garanam's there, and that knowing that this cave is Tablet Cave, I don't think Highspirits ever saw this either.
Highspirits tried to get to the cave and got smoked by a knight on the way in. Alright, so Centroid starts next with Big Brain Play, saying, Ryan 3000, when you die on the way back to town, you can save the king, and then make walk back to Vector.
That's possible, but this is not a short endeavor here. Because the time spent doing this, at some point you're probably thinking, I could be doing something else. Or more to the point, my opponent could be doing something else.
I'd agree to the point where I realized that my opponent may not have walked this far to the west and gotten murdered by something. Alright, Centroid rolls the dice.
And gets it. He makes it.
Alright, 1 sword and a set of pants.
I have someone in chat asking to see if these Drakimas are 75. 75, they're actually 50-50.
That means what they are.
Yeah, but still, sleep and Dragonlord Fire, you don't want to see that.
Alright, Centroid put on some pants, buys a sword, buys a torch, probably buys some herbs, and a dragon scale. Alright, properly outfitted for adventure.
So that extra 20 points of attack power could mean a heck of a lot, because if nothing else, it makes fighting, at the very least, the Drolls and the Druids more reliable.
Definitely. Obviously, the Highspirits fights and gets ambushed, snipes, picks and chooses their fights carefully. Centroid can be a little more, broad in their tastes.
I didn't catch if Centroid actually put on the Dragon Scale. Goodness knows I've seen runners forget about that. Goodness knows I've forgotten about that at times.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's going to be dangerous. We saw that last race I commented that when you pick your scale, dragons hate you.
Yep, and just two-shotting the Druid, that is already an improvement.
Alright, you see Centroid's gap flows and then probably wide beyond Highspirits. Pretty soon.
And goodness knows the extra 2 defense probably won't matter too much, but it's still better than nothing.
Every time you get killed exactly by the numbers, every time something perfectly shots you to death, you'll think, man, I got that scale equipped.
Yeah, the Druids being trolly with the Healmores at this point.
Yeah, fortunately, I think Centroid gets right into that 25% range of those swings.
Well, yep, took that one down, though.
Highspirits had enough. Grabs the Druid in both hands and tears to shreds.
And Highspirits hits level 5. 1, 1, 9, 6, and the Hurt spell.
Now, for Highspirits, Hurt's actually kind of a big deal.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's... Against some of these, like the Druids and such, probably better than attacking physically at this point.
I mean, you can probably get the Warlock a chance now, too. That's around here.
Yeah, possibly.
You get 2 high rolls, you probably bypass the Healmore chance. There you go, so you 2 14s. Blew it right up. Alright, Centroid having extra healing, down gauge, no higher level affair.
Yeah, and I thought he was 1 hit away, but I guess he didn't want to risk it.
Alright, level 5. We saw the gains.
And yep, there's the dragon scale. Now you finally remember to do that.
There you go. One warlock fight brings the scale even. I believe Highspirits has about the same experience points now as Centroid.
I think Highspirits has a little bit more, but that broadsword will definitely help there.
Highspirits goes here and then goes south. That may change quickly. But if Highspirits want to grind as well, it's about a minute and a half or 2 minutes of their time to also grind out this chest.
Assuming he opts to do that in the first place.
Alright. Takes down the Druid. Bizarre Hat Beast. Gets a little more experience points. Nice roll in the gold. 726. Up no good, we're not sure. But the West Zone, the Forest of the West had like, I want to say, Axe Knights, Werewolves. I think Magic Wyvern and Star Wyvern show up at some point.
Yeah, I think we saw a regular knight over there in that direction too.
Alright, far to the west we find yet more Axe Knights.
Which we don't really have the means of dealing with right now.
Yeah, they're walking the desert, they're all chafed, they're annoyed. Just stay out of the way.
Well, we were about to get a bit more exploration from Centroid, but there was a red dragon there, and that promptly ended.
Oops, all maximum attack power. However, that was the only way to get to the rest of the world, so that bridge is going to be a bit of a problem.
Yeah, a red dragon on a bottleneck. That looks like the last seed I did.
Centroid says, I'm just going to fight over here for a while and see what happens.
And Highspirits makes it to Garanham. So he does know about the golden tablet cave. We'll see what he does with this shop information. As Centroid gets taken out by a Drakima.
Did Highspirits buy pants? I believe Highspirits did buy pants.
Yeah, if he did, I didn't see.
All these zones are pretty terrible, yes. Most of these zones have one or two good things and some garbage in it.
Yeah, and just a lot of things that will kill you. Like that. You see our death counters near our runners' names. I've seen whole races that didn't have a death counter this high, so this has definitely been a mean seed for our runners so far.
Yep, 21 minutes in. Centroid has the huge boost the broadsword, and even with that boost there, still having a hard time.
Well, it doesn't help that he's finding druids, and we know that they have heal more, but excellent moves don't care about your heal more. But we have level 6. 1, 1, 3, 1. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Vile. Hey, what's over here?
Lots of swamp.
And a demon knight.
And a demon knight.
Get back in the swamp.
So, swamp in one direction, red dragons in the other. I don't like either of those prospects, do you?
No, but at least going towards the dragons does not cost me all my herbs to walk that direction.
Yeah, fair enough. And hey, at least this way, if we counter more drolls and druids, you can take them out and gain their experience. Every little bit helps. And we see Highspirits heading across the bridge safely, and there's another big swamp. Oh boy. Oh, and then another Axe Knight. And yeah, both runners died right at the same time. So at this point, what would you most want to see at this point? Would you want to see Rimmeldar and be able to get keys if you have the money for it? Would you rather see maybe Stones of Sunlight Cave or any other cave? They do have radiance, so they can see where they're going.
Let's see. Rimmeldar gets you the treasury and the downstairs. I probably should hurt more, honestly.
Well, we don't really have any control over what spells we get when. I'm more thinking about, as you're exploring, what kind of thing would you want to see?
You can see a nice zone with lovely warlocks, wolves and wolf lords. A slight breeze.
And that's a dead end, so the other big nasty swamp is the only direction we can go in.
Alright, so yes, we're down to the point now where that swamp's the only way.
And is 1 gold short of being able to use that in. Oh, the Highspirits is fighting a Metal Slime, survives a hurt more. And then the Metal Slime runs away.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think I really want to deal with metal slimes. I'd actually be throwing hurts at them, hoping to get them one shot and get them out of my hair.
Yeah, there's always that 1 in 16 chance.
Centroid evades the Axe Knight.
And decides to go right back into that Zone 0.
Alright, Highspirits finds a level 6 spell for Highspirits. Finds a Magician, which is dangerous, we know. But if it dies, no one hurt spell. It's not a problem.
Alright, so Highspirits did take a bit of an experience lead. But at this early stage, an experience lead of like 30 doesn't really amount to much. Unless you hit that magic level first where you get something like Hurt More or something, that would make a big difference. But until we encounter that sort of thing, it's not really that. The experience lead right now is pretty much negligible.
If the early stage turns to the monsters here, the main thing here now is that if someone breaks out, they can make a big lead. If they kill a warlock, they can jump ahead of their opponents to experience points. Highspirits roll a dice on Drakima, takes it down.
And there's the Magic Jackie, but used hurt. But I was able to one-shot him. Okay, good.
The Drakimas are falling asleep and staying down, so it's working out pretty well.
So, while Centroid is fighting weaker enemies than Highspirits was, as was shown just now, it's also, for the most part, a safer grind than what Highspirits was doing. Because while Centroid's is still gaining experience, while Highspirits is getting killed, getting sent back to Tanagil, so that it kind of evens itself out.
Yep. Choice the grinds, or even endgame grinds, you decide. Safer grind, or more experience per effort grind.
Oh, the Scorpions are definitely a nice find on that in this zone.
Yeah, Scorpions are also dangerous. They have, I believe, Dragon 2 breath. But the boss already take down one.
Yeah, if you can reliably one-shot them, then you really only have to worry about getting ambushed.
Like so.
Okay, he didn't use. Okay, that doesn't count as a commentator curse. He didn't use the breath there.
They want to. I saw its beady eyes.
And just like that, they're actually, for that brief moment, they're actually tied in experience. So, just different methodology. Different methodology can mean a lot here.
Alrighty. Highspirits heading south, running a moderate area. We know slimes there can be a problem. Centroid remaining by the initial grind spot, which is essentially zone 1 by the castle.
Ooh, level 7 for Centroid. Let's see what we got. 8026. Okay, so that's some decent attack power.
Good attack boost. Highspirits will like it more than Centroid does. Good night, late Mirakaze. We've just begun.
Oh yeah, yay. As far as exploration goes, you really haven't missed much.
So you got 3 screens of map. A lot of swamp and a lot of death.
Yep. We know, and at this point, we know that the swamp to the southeast of Tanagil is the only way to go.
Highspirits goes back to recharge the herbs. Little high five action. Yes, Algebrap. Highspirits walked to the southwest boldly and found craggy gray mountains.
Oh, there was armored knights in that direction too? I didn't even see that.
Magic weapon's still too tough to take down. Does not fall asleep. Doesn't let you run. Kills you in 2 shots.
Well, at least he had bought all of his herbs beforehand, so that definitely helps. At least you don't have to. At least if you're gonna lose half your money, at least do it after your shopping trip, not before.
Okay. Highspirits trying to take down this Wraith. It's a little bit of a muted enemy. Skeleton class enemies, further levels hit a lot harder and are also a little dodgy. Gotta be careful about them.
And I saw hit for 17. That could have been a kill shot right there, but it wasn't. And Highspirits gets the lucky roll there.
Just enough.
And Centroid's taking another trip across the swamp. And it's a shame that we don't have any healing spells right now. Oh, there's a town.
The town. There's a slime.
And a cave as well. And another town.
Another town.
Hello, Rimmaldar.
Buy 2 keys. Use them wisely.
Buy two keys, yes. Probably not use them to get the chest now.
Nah, I would teleport back to the castle and see what my treasury has for me.
Yeah. After at least trying to check what this other town in the cave is, preferably. This Demon Knight might have other plans. Oh, but it's using hurt. That's not a bad thing. That's better than getting meleeed by them for sure. And hello.
Oh, snap.
Oh my.
Alright, Cole may have the goods.
Oh, if it doesn't, at least we know it has magic armor, so we have knowledge of our biggest equipment that we can purchase. And it's the token.
The tease. Yes, token required. Very important. But not quite Urgis armor.
At least it's a required item, so at least we don't have to worry about where that is at this point.
I know, it's like you need a state someone in Dominion as well, but you don't want them in your hand.
And we have Swamp North. And he's going to head straight for the trap tile, and it's a golem.
Get out of my swamp.
I don't think we'll be seeing a grind on that anytime soon.
The uppercut came out so fast.
And with those 2 keys, Centroid's gonna likely check and see what we got here at the treasury. So let's see what we got here. We have a torch, another torch, a cursed belt,
That's our 3 keys.
and some money. Okay, so at least now we can restock up on keys.
Alright, head here, get the keys, grab the Garen hand, check out the back of the Garen hand, see what's down there.
And seeing that cursed belt does actually have some significance to it, because there is that chance that either the flute or, well, we know it's not going to be the token, but the token could have been in a treasure chest, and those would have replaced cursed belts. So the fact that we saw a cursed belt means that we know at least one of the flute or the token was on a search spot, but we already had that information.
Indeed. Yep.
And there's Swamp
South. Hmm.
Okay then.
Might be a faster, safe way to get back to that spot on the map.
Yeah, it'll bypass that swamp entirely.
Smirt.
Yeah,
Big green please.
That's nice. That's nice. Not to mention that you can always go back into the treasury, get yourself a bit more money, so that way you'll at least have some money to buy things potentially every time you go through if you're willing to spend the time to do it.
Yep. Alright, Centroid says, let's go behind that door. Laura, found by Highspirits.
In Rimeldar, we have the fairy water. Okay. Garenham, Silver Harp. Edric Sword.
You know.
Hello, gorgeous, and an herb.
No problem there. Alright, Centroid is looking for the Jerk Cave. We actually need to find the Harp Cave first. Come back here.
Well, how's that for convenience?
Glorious efficiency. This old man apparently either has broken his hip and can't walk up those stairs, or has very bad eyesight, because that harp is right there the whole time. Spirits finds Cole, gets himself one Urge's token.
Alright, so Centroid definitely has a bit of an advantage here. At least for as long as until Highspirits is able to get that sword, which shouldn't take too long, but
Yep.
we'll see if the enemies decide they just want us be in his way.
We'll see how this goes now, because the Centroid had that broadsword for so long, and didn't really gain much of an edge on Highspirits. Red Dragon here probably doing Highspirits a favor by killing him. So despite that broadsword, and the ability to fight enemies much harder and much faster with physical attacks, did not make much of a gain of experience points or inspiration on Highspirits. So
Well, I think that the reason why the broadsword didn't really help too much is because they got hurt when they did, and so the broadsword was doing more or less the same damage as the hurt spell was. So it really didn't
oh no, the True
make
Guardian.
that much of a difference. Centroid looks like Centroid's not gonna take the Swamp Cave though. Traveling through Swamp Cave may not be a bad idea, but there's still the issue of what enemies might be in there.
All right.
Of course, the enemies right there aren't really very nice either. So pick your poison.
I assure you, there's danger to be found all across this map. Citrus says, fine, I'm dead. I will buy more keys.
Well, he didn't buy keys last time, but
Nope, guess not.
hopefully he's at least keeping track of his key count so that he doesn't use up his last one and has to get back to Rimeldar to buy more.
Yeah. Highspirits in the Swamp Cave. Heading back over that direction. Fighting off the Warlock here with the Hurt spell. Pretty good gains. The Highspirit's not making a trek back to Garenham just yet.
But with that Edric Sword, Centroid's going to be able to do some decent damage to these mid-tier enemies like this Wyvern here.
There we go. One more Wyvern. And Centroid will be back right in the fray of things, experience point wise.
Especially when you have excellent moves like that.
Highspirits also fights a Warlock, maintains the pace. Now counters a Rogue Scorpion, which is very fast and has Dragon Lord 2 breath.
Oh dear.
Scorpions are no fly zone.
Well, at least two out of 3 so far. We haven't seen the Metal Scorpion yet. And it looks like Highspirits is just gonna keep trying to make his way through Swamp Cave. Then Centroid, meanwhile, Centroid hits level 8. Let's see who got 0, 3, 6, 1. Okay.
Nope.
Level 8 and only 3 spells. Centroid expressing his frustration at that. Oop,
Right.
there's the Metal Scorpion. No Dragon Lord breath yet.
I mean, Urge Swords would be a one-shot deal, so not nearly as terrifying. Just the Scorpions in this game, their defense is higher. They have kind of low HP for their levels. They have much higher defense and therefore much higher agility. So ambushes happen more often, and getting away from them can be tricky.
Yeah, Centroid getting that large shield. Defense has been at a premium so far. So getting a bit of defense boost is definitely nice.
Alright, large shield and chainmail. Now act like a proper adventurer.
And unfortunately, Highspirits running afoul of the Axe Knights again.
Is back to make sure that chest down in Rimuldar is not going to troll them. Highspirits can head back towards, there we go, Garanham. So sword will be in hand in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, Highspirits will definitely like what he sees here.
And you get a harp. And you get a harp.
Well, considering it's in a repeatable chest, you can just keep getting it over and over again in theory, not that you would want to.
Went to Philharmonic, saw a concert, saw the harp team. It's only 8,000 monsters came and crashed the place.
Oh, and green dragons have sleep too. Great. Yay, fun.
Well, Centroid made the critical mistake of fighting a dragon while wearing a dragon scale. Alright, Centroid going to regas back and Cole's in. Highspirits now packing Urger's sword. Heads westward. I mean eastward. Directions, they're fun.
Yeah, I think he's given up on trying. He might have given up on trying to just go through Swamp Cave, just because the rogue scorpions, if nothing else, are proving troublesome. The Edric Sword will help, but I don't think it'll help that much.
Oh, it's the worst kind of dragon too. It has sleep and hurt, so it puts you to sleep and has that little goofy look on its face, laughing at you all. He's little fireballs for like 5 rounds.
And of course, we could put the dragon to sleep too. Turnabout is fair play.
Again, it's to be a huge gain of experience points to just go. There we go.
Oh, definitely. Big 135. Very nice.
Highspirits pops the last herb.
And there's a red dragon.
That's not going to work out too well.
Well, he survived the first hit, but no, he's not gonna. Never mind.
Let's survive the first hit on Mercy.
Mercy would have been a quick death.
All right, phone room, high five. Back out we go.
So at this point, Centroid still has the advantage in equipment at the very least, and that's really about it, because I think they've all seen largely the same stuff.
Yeah, Highspirits has not determined that the other cave over there is actually Swamp North. Try to get through Swamp South about 3 or 4 times, and again, we saw the Rogue Scorpion said no thank you.
So thinking it would lead to the second continent if there was one, which we know there is not.
Yes, SG Bayou, there's definitely a fool's there and they're trying to escape a Metal Slime. But Metal Slime runs when it wants to and blows you up otherwise. You gotta be careful. Alright, one shot in Joel's. So free game Centroid there. Slow but steady.
Every bit of experience helps. It'll get us that much closer to some form of magical healing whenever it decides it wants to show up.
Highspirits goes to the cave, walks 3 steps south, says, oh man, and leaves.
And Centroid takes down the Magi Wyvern.
Alright, now we're seeing a large gain. Centroid's more worried about gaining experience points now than getting gear or exploring.
And, Highspirits is exploring some new ground. We haven't seen this area of the world yet.
Highspirits is down, I think, 1 herb.
And Centroid hits level 9. We get 14, 6, 11, 7. No spells, but nice stats.
I am son of Erdrick. I hit things with sword. CD, we have no Charlock yet. We have seen all forms of death, but not death in the form of the sea.
So as far as caves, we still haven't seen the big treasure caves. We haven't seen Mountain Cave or Garen's Grave. We haven't seen the Rainbow Drop Cave. We also haven't seen Hawksness. I think that's the only town. Well, Hawksness and Cantland. We haven't seen those yet.
Yes, a few decent towns still out there. And the caves of the treasure are definitely out there. We found a lot of the goods. We found the sword, stones, the harp and staff, and token. At large, in the caves would be Death Necklace, Fairy Flute, and that's really Player's Ring, I suppose. Yeah, so the frill items, the ones that are nice to have but not possibly required, could be in those caves. I mean, honestly, you might not even want to dig those caves at this point.
And so Highspirits is, now that he knows where the Swamp Cave leads, he's still going to try to make his way through it.
Alright, let's give props here to Aspinari. 5 gift subs in the chat. Thank you very much. Alrighty. Centroid is back to that area. Finds that stone man. And skedaddles.
And you can puts it to sleep and runs away.
You think,
not a bad strategy.
Yeah, you would ponder like, oh, stone man, I'll fight the stone man. I'll put to sleep and fight it and get experience points for it. Stone men have a lot of hit points.
And they tend to hit pretty hard.
Oh no, Centroid puts on the fairy water, and now every step is encountering monsters.
Yeah, and because of the fairy water, he's only going to be encountering stronger monsters, so... I acknowledge that Repel can be useful in certain circumstances. I don't think this is one of them. When you're trying to...
Fortunate runs.
When you're trying to explore and you know that there's a ton of nasty monsters, you don't want to make it so that those are the monsters are the only ones that show up.
I mean, to be fair, when it rolls the encounter for you, it will only take it away from you if it's a weak monster. So those 3 fights were destined to happen. Hey, Wolf. Fantastic.
We got a new cave.
I see Charlock.
And I see Rainbow Drop Cave. Holy cow, just shy of 47 minutes, we already have Rainbow Drop.
Alright, so Centroid is ready to go. Barring heal more, hurt more, a whole lot of stats, and the armor of Erdrick.
And I thought I saw it for a brief moment when he entered the cave, but yep, there is Charlock right there.
But how does one get there?
Well, we'll have to worry about that another time. We have other concerns at the moment. But at least we don't have to worry about finding items. The only thing we really have to worry about is Hawksness and Cantlin for possible coordinates so we can get the armor, but that's about it.
Oh, the wolf has heal more.
Oh, of course it does.
Oh, the wolves make gestures, and we can't repeat them. Terms of service comes to mind.
And it seems like it has a pretty high chance of using it, too. But one quick sleep, and 2 rounds of hits, and down it goes.
They say sleep is the closest thing to death. The golem agrees.
Yep, just one more step. Hello, Golem says, hello, smash.
Have you seen my dog? Is that my dog? Is that my dog? Alright, but Sherlock is definitely hidden behind some truly windy river. We'll see how that goes later.
And we know it's not going to be on the other side of Swamp Cave. So that it's going to be trolly in a different way.
Centroid walks out of the castle, ambushed by Metal Slime immediately. Ooh, Highspirits finds dragon scale in the Stone Sunlight Cave.
And Druid Lords have hurt more. So
why
much
not?
For that.
Add to the list.
So I think it's prudent to mention that our runners are guaranteed to have all of the spells by level 16.
Correct. You'll get your spells eventually.
We're over halfway there already, and we only have 3 spells so far.
So one of these levels will be a huge boost of spells. One thing could be incredibly crass if you next outside, then repel, then return, then stop spell, then heal, then hurt more, and then heal more.
And it looks like the Green Dragon is just messing around, and down goes Centroid again.
The map's cruel and crass. Enemies here toy with you for sport and throw you back to the throne room.
And even though Highspirits knows that those metal slimes are very dangerous, still trying to kill them.
Alright, Centroid says we're trying again. Every step he takes on the way to the swamp is paved in his own corpses. Still he marches on.
And there's another red dragon. Yay.
Alright, things are pretty even up here. Level 9 on both sides. About 1,200 experience points on both sides. About 25 kills on both sides. Things are looking pretty well square.
Yeah, so Centroid still does have a small advantage. He does have Rainbow Drop and knowledge of where Sherlock is. But has not seen where the path to Sherlock actually is. We're still... At this point, it's a bigger concern is, where is Hawksness, where is Cantlin?
Demon Knight, the swag strats. Disdainfully hurting Centroid to send them back home. Alright, important details. Hawksness is out there somewhere, and so is Cantlin. I want the armor right now. There's lots of swamp and lots of mean enemies. Where's my armor?
Especially since you're more or less forced to use an herb after going through the swamp, assuming you actually get to the swamp.
Sir, do you have your swamp pass?
No.
Do you know what happens if you don't have your swamp pass?
No.
Close your eyes. Mafia Life Threats brought to you by New Jersey. Alright, Highspirits heads back to Rumbadar, recharges. Now we'll try to spot the map again. Highspirits is kind of the right idea. Highspirits is tired of dodging and sneaking around. Highspirits is just swinging the sword like crazy. Kill the kills I can. I'll go back to town, heal up at the end.
And then dies.
It's a great plan, except that Starwoven didn't die.
And meanwhile, was trying to use sleep strats against the werewolf wasn't really working too well. There's just another death. These death counters are just racking up here.
Okay, Highspirits is going to discretion, or rogue scorpion is the better part of valor. Heads downstairs.
Yeah, because at this point, with rogue scorpions with DL2 breath versus red dragons, period.
Yeah, Cornhusker. Not much in the way of rivalries in this tournament. The community itself. But when the game is this mean to you on almost every single seed, why fight anything besides the game?
The game apparently doesn't seem to like it if you focus more on your opponent. It's like, hello, I'm right here.
I'm here. I eat all these hot peppers just for you.
But Highspirits was able to make it through Swamp Cave this time around.
Alright, so Highspirits bypass the swamp and the wall of dragons and demon knights awaiting them. And now we're going to explore this part of the map.
See if we find something new.
The Highspirits is approaching the Charlock location.
Which also has the Rainbow Drop Cave.
Which would be useful, as Highspirits also has 3 items required to make a rainbow drop. Oh, look, a red dragon.
Yep, and it's not letting Centroid through, and splat.
And Highspirits applying the Sword of Erdrick to his Wraith for modest gains.
So we haven't really seen too many middle ground enemies, for lack of a better term. So we're either seeing stuff like Drolls and Druids, or Axe Knights and Red Dragons. There isn't really a heck of a lot in between.
Yeah, it's like a bad volume knob on radio. It's nothing. Oh my god. Neighbors calling the cops. Okay, Highspirits encounters their first green dragon. Kurt's kind of cute. We're going to toy back and forth. Now dodge and cast sleep.
Yep.
He keeps casting her.
Yeah. Slow rolling that hurt, though.
Oh, Magic Wyvern. Centroid trying to be economical with the herbs, and Magic Wyvern takes them down.
Yeah, well, when herbs are pretty much your only source of healing, you don't want to have to go back to town too much to restock, but sometimes you just gotta use what you got.
Alright, Highspirits, it's being trolled by the dragon for a good 5 minutes, so it seems. Takes it down to level 10.
Ooh. Alright, so 2, 6, 21, and heal more.
Alrighty, now we're talking.
Okay, now we got something going on here. And, well, and there's a dead end.
This map is infuriating.
Yeah, it's like, where the heck is anything?
I assume you walk hard west, go north, and find like a one-tile path around this mess.
But now that Highspirits has heal more, I think the advantage has swung over to him.
Yeah, Centroid had that spell and probably 1 or 2 more fights when they attack things of level. Again, this is the difference here. Centroid did not take advantage of the broadsword. Highspirits, got hurt at the same time frame. So the fights for Highspirits were more grindy, but had the ability to do about the same amount of damage as Centroid. So kind of making a lemonade out of lemons there.
Centroid's able to put the dragon to sleep, and then it wakes up and hurt and ow.
Oh. Unfortunate. Yeah, Centroid wanted that level.
Oh yes, more than he knows.
Highspirits again being traipsed around by his green dragon, which is sleeping, hurting, and otherwise making a fool of itself around him.
Mm-hmm. Got. Was paying attention to how much damage he was doing, though.
Yeah. One big thing about Dragon War Randomizer. Enemy stats for a base game stay the same. HP is the same, defense is the same. So once you know your damage baseline and how much they got, and the range of HP they can possibly have, you can play that to your advantage with knowledge.
And then the Axe Knight shows up.
And on the other side, we see a red dragon. Shocking, I know.
And Centroid is not gonna feel good once he sees that what level 10 has to offer, just because he's been stonewalled for a good while now.
Yeah, unfortunately, Centroid's been having really awful luck in engaging enemies.
And sleep not doing any good, and dies again.
Yeah, Axe Knights don't fall readily to sleep too often. I think Centroid's just getting fixated on, I want the next kill, but not finding smart about it.
Yeah, our restreamer CD Improv saying, do we have any idea where Cantler and Hawksness are? Nope.
Somewhere to the northeast. How you get there is beyond me.
Yep. All we can figure is it's beyond this swamp and all the nasty things that reside therein.
We're northeast, the fabled land of New Hampshire. There we will find our Cantman. Oh no, Highspirits. Unfortunate dodge. Takes him down. Alright, since right now hanging around close to town actually. Back to Garen Hand, get more herbs.
Yep. 5 more herbs. Restock for another attempt at making map progress.
Highspirits goes back to the swamp. Immediately finds a red dragon. Immediately put in the ground.
But having that heal more has already paid off huge. Highspirits has got about a 400 experience lead at this point. While Centroid's stuck, that lead's probably only going to grow. Especially, well, he can survive a Rogue Scorpion Dragon Lord shot now with the health that he's got.
If the racers here have the ability to survive most ambush attacks now, so they at least have the option to try and run or make something of a fight.
I forget, without Edric's armor, how much can a Dragon Lord 2 breath do?
Baseline? I want to say 76? No, can't be that high. 48 is the maximum at 2/3. So what's that? 24, 24, 24, 72.
Okay, so he can survive it, assuming he's at max health, which he's not now, but
Meth. I gotta see it.
But Centroid finally makes it to level 10, sees that heal more, and hopefully we'll be able to make some headway with that. And oh man, that's another huge swamp.
Big swamps across the board. Where's my armor?
At least with heal more, you can, if you're not stuck to using herbs to make your way through that. And ooh, Centroid got a metal slime kill.
At long last.
Nice. That caught him up a good bit.
You gotta find out after the race. You gotta ask, how's it taste? Like, I have to know.
And then a red dragon shows up. He's fighting it. Okay. The attack points aren't so bad. Oh,
No. You're not surviving. This is not a Dragon Lord heal swing. This is a heal situation.
Yeah, well, although if you get lucky with attack rolls like that, although I think the Red Dragon just has too much health for this.
More heals than now he's wrestling.
At least he's trying. Can't fault him for that.
Highspirits meanwhile is a bit more to the north. He's trying to find this new path. Gotta find these other two towns. We gotta find a way to the Charlock.
And we have more green dragons that are sleeping and hurting and just being general nuisances.
So despite all the healing going on there, Centroid simply gave that Red Dragon more chances to bite them.
And the thing is, I don't fault Centroid for trying to fight that Red Dragon, because as we've seen, running away from them is not as a simple thing. While Highspirits takes on the Green Dragon, hits level 11 with 1, 4, 15, 4, and learns Return.
Alrighty.
The health bonus is nice, at the very least.
Yep, health's approaching useful levels. One or two levels will probably be Dragon Lord safe. Less empty eyes. No. Spirit pervades the seed.
Yeah, for on Burgundy and chat asking if this is big swamp mode. From what I understand, if this was big swamp mode, the swamps would be bigger than this.
Yes, vanilla game. I believe the Randomizer does a 1-to-1 tile swap to an extent. In the vanilla game, there's a whole continent of swamp. There's plenty of swamp to be drawn off to make a map.
Mm-hmm.
The swamp abates.
Ooh, Highspirits getting a lucky crit on the Wraith Knight. Nice. And makes it through and finds a cave.
Cave?
That's Rainbow Drop Cave, never mind.
Wow, that's not bigger than I thought it was. Alright.
So that just led us to where we've already been.
Well, dang.
Lovely.
Bring your flowers. Usually around 15, 16 is viable. Occasionally get a 14 if you've really got your stats and good spells ready for you. 17, 18 almost certainly is good enough. But most races are one at 15 or 16, I would say. It's probably a bell curve somewhere.
Yeah, it really all depends on where the randomizer decides to put your stats. If it puts them early, cool. If it doesn't put it early, you might be in for a long, protracted grind. But the thing is, if you are, your opponent likely is too.
And Highspirits head back south, so I think Highspirits is back to the start of that entire map portion.
Yeah, I think that's
Swamp Cave. Centroid, meanwhile, has gotten past the Dragon Swamp. I'm heading back north.
Apparently, he wants to get back to town to heal, because his magic is pretty low, although we now have the Star Wyvern to deal with.
Alright, Highspirits gonna roll dice and try and kill this Star Wyvern for the limited gear. Shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, he does still have the one heal more left.
Another fight for the town could be dicey.
And Centroid finding another dead end. Seem to be finding a lot of those.
Yeah, all the bridges here have been just betrayals. They just lead you like, oh, here's a little plot of land and a big wall. Oh, Armor Knight shows up for the party.
Oh boy.
Not as strong as Red Dragon, so the heal more swing strats might work out in this case.
And that will definitely be a good bit of experience if he's able to pull it off.
Again, the difference here is the large shield and the chainmail. That little extra defense boost really helping out. Oh,
ooh, Armor Knight gets a high roll, and that's the end of that.
Rolls 2 times, makes you feel safe, cozy, and says, "Have you seen the awesomeness of my mohawk?" and just swings full force.
Yeah, when an enemy has the potential of hitting for half your HP, it's always a nasty time.
Highspirits again. Green dragons are trolling beyond their weight class right now. They're not really a threat to Highspirits. They take a long time to kill.
Yeah, just because putting you to sleep and just whittling you down. They seem to be favoring the hurt spell over using physicals, which is nice because it's not killing you, but it's definitely making the fight take a lot longer than it has any right to.
Also, kind of mean having when you wake up, they actually bite you. Like they don't like it when you get up.
And Centroid hits level 11.
All right, we'll see decent stat gains, especially with the HP boost there.
And as far as our stats are concerned so far, HP is alright for now. MP is also pretty good, now that they actually have heal more and can actually make a good bit of use of it.
Yes, Pyre, that's why that look in the face, that's like, aha, I gotcha. They're all prancing around, jumping around, spitting little fireballs at you as you land on the ground.
Yeah, but the thing is, even if they're still doing less damage, those little fireballs still hurt.
Let's find out, shall we? Let's learn.
I think you beat me to it. Yeah, it's 50% sleep, 75% hurt. Yeah, it's definitely... Right. It's actually favoring the hurt. The sleep is first, I think it always is.
Yeah, so it tries to cast sleep first. One out of 2 chance. Failing that, it'll try and cast hurt 3 out of 4 times. And then failing that, it'll bite you. See, it's kind of a jerk.
And I don't recall what that cave is on Highspirits' side.
I'm not sure, but again, everything we found cave-wise, that should have been the Sun Cave that Highspirits saw before. The Stone Sunlight Cave and all.
Although I think the caves are irrelevant to our runners now, because they're really only looking for Hawksness and Cantlin.
Yeah,
they have all the items they need. The only things that they would be even sort of looking for would be Fighter's Ring and Death Necklace, if anything.
Yeah, I mentioned like a half hour ago, just because we saw all the stuff, all the goods in the treasures and the Garon Hand and the treasury. I was like, well, they have all the endgame items. We just need to see if you want frills, go die look for your ring. But besides that, no point in being here.
We have level 12, 1, 12, 5, Stop Spell. Stop Spell's not bad.
Stop Spell makes a Green Dragon fight not take 5 hours.
Right, yeah, especially since we saw that it was only a resist of only 1, so that'll make that fight rather simple. And then Highspirits proceeds to not find any more.
Well, Highspirits on the move. We gotta find those towns.
Not to mention also finding the way to Sharlock Castle itself. We've seen it, we just don't know how to get to it yet.
Bob, yes, if you want to do the gold grind, if you found Mountain Cave or Garen's Grave, open 2 chests, and then you can use the treasury's lower right chest to do a gold grind. Otherwise, if you're really, really patient, you can walk through the tablet cave about 40 times and try and get your gold that way.
Ooh, there's a town!
Hello.
There's a town. It's 2 out of 3 chance that it's something good, and it's not.
Breckenary.
That was the one town you really didn't want to see, but at least you can heal for cheap.
Praise this seed.
Ay. So we've seen all the towns except for the 2 that we really want to see right now. Oy.
Alright, while we're here, let's check these little out branches. This place is that weird one. Hey, Charlock!
Hey, Breckenary near Sharlock. That's not a bad thing. Quick little healing spot if this ends up being where the grind ends up happening.
Last food and fuel before inevitable death.
And might as well just use the rainbow drop now. Why not?
Well, Highspirits die for the treasury.
Why?
Nah.
And there's the grave. Still, the Fighter's Ring, Death Necklace, at least those add the death necklace, I could speak, would add some extra options if our health gets high enough. But nope.
Highspirits chase top 3. Might leave, might stay. I'm gonna try and die on purpose for a gold grind.
Yeah, that would be an interesting option. Yeah.
Yeah, Highspirits.
Because we do have access to magic armor and silver shield close by.
Well, you level 12 here at the point now. It's like, I don't care about this stuff. I'm just gonna punch things when I find Urge's armor and stomp down the stupid Dragon Lord's castle, find them and drag him out of here.
No, looks like he is going to be trying to take a death warp here.
Want something more feisty.
I probably would have fought that warlock, because if you're going for a death grind, you might as well at least try to get some experience along the way. And I think Centroid is heading in the same direction.
Alright, Centroid finally winds around that desert. There we go.
Yep, there's the death warp you're looking for.
Highspirits doing his best Samurai Showdown advertisement. Embrace death. Give it to me here.
So now here's the question: is Highspirits just gonna grind the 15,000 for the silver shield, or will he go the full 23,000 to get the magic armor as well?
Let's find out.
Either which way, I would be amazed if he didn't heal before heading out.
Oh!
And, oh, jeez.
No.
Oh, he gets away.
Oh, okay.
And then it's Reconary.
Still, we have 4 MP left and 56 HP. I'll take Reconary.
Yeah.
That was vile.
Oof, yeah.
Alright, Highspirits doing his best. Catch me if you can. Printing money left and right.
Alright, so getting close to the 15,000. We'll see if he decides to stop here, or no, it looks like he's gonna go the full 23,000 to get both the magic armor and the silver shield.
We're going the full grind. Highspirits knows it's a long walk back to that spot in the map,
No,
but
actually, no, he's not. He's stopping at 18k.
okay. I guess silver shield and
I don't recall I don't remember if full plate was for sale anywhere.
the town might have had a full plate and silver shield, so it might be worth that trouble rather than walking in 2 directions at once.
Possibly.
Go to that one town once and do it.
That does make sense.
Quartermaster, saving is nice because if you die by some random red dragon ambush, you can restart your game and get your money back.
Yep. Yeah, because you don't want to try to make your way to a town, die, and then lose half your money, and then you would have to go all the way back to Grave to set up the gold grind again.
Alright, first up, stocking the herbs.
Yeah, if you're doing shopping, might as well do all your shopping. And yep, there is the full plate in Garenham.
Alright, Highspirits playing the field. Centroid fighting the Star Weaver outside Charlotte.
Yep, and with that, Highspirits gains a significant amount of defense. It'll definitely help, but when you're up against red dragons and the high defense, even though 66 doesn't really count as high defense, it's still only going to carry you so far.
Highspirits before had, I think, 24 defense, so I'll take my 66.
Oh, and apparently Centroid bought half plate while in Reconary.
Ah. I mean, that might be the upgrade, might as well. I shall see me again. Alright, so, where's Hawkness at?
Maybe it's in this red dragon's mouth. Let's find out.
Somewhere past this red dragon.
But still having just enough, the health just low enough that the red dragon still, you can't just heal more and attack on this one.
Yeah, at least Centroid's now respecting the red dragon's damage range. Pantherinos, Cole had Urge's Token.
Yes, and we have not seen Hawksness or Cantlin, and those are the only two towns we haven't seen.
Those maps awful too. Could you imagine trying to go and save the princess now with a golem guarding her?
Yeah, true enough.
Ooh, Highspirits gets ambushed, slept, and burned to death by a Maggie Drake. Or, no, it was a Drakema.
And Centroid takes down the red dragon.
That's walking right back to Breckenary.
Yeah. And the little red slime bumps him up to level 12.
I watched that Centroid eat that red slime whole.
Yeah, it sees. I think that was the return spell that he got from that. Or was that stop spell that idiot just got? I forget now. Oh well.
It was a return spell that level.
All we know is that it's not hurt more, so. And I don't think he's too keen on using return right now.
Yep, Highspirits thought they had outside. Went to the swamp cave, opened the menu, and said, it's only return.
The Highspirits is taking out knights here in, I believe this is Swamp Cave. So with that armor and these levels that he has, the Swamp Cave path isn't as treacherous as it once was.
Indeed. And the Silver Shield helped a lot. Obviously, the hurt more attacks are still the same from the scorpions, but most enemies are not going to be doing much damage to you.
Yeah, see, Centroid using Sleep on the Green Dragon, I honestly would probably use, given how often the Green Dragons are casting spells, I would use Stop Spell instead.
Yeah, it's a flavor choice. A lot of racers, Stop Spell isn't used too often. Oftentimes you have a seed where you don't think about that. It's kind of in their back pocket. There's a seed I had years ago that was, everything had hurt more at the beginning. I was like, oh my god, what do I do? And I realized, I have Stop Spell. I'm an idiot. I can just cast a spell on everything around here. They're all slimes. They got no resistance. I can get free kills. Yes. Oop, more red dragons.
And he's trying to run away from this one, and, well, at least he can heal himself so it's not an automatic death. It's just how long is it going to take to try to get away from this dumb thing.
Alrighty, in the chat asking about what's worse, being bitten by a red dragon or fire breath. If it has baby breath, it's not so bad. And once you have Urge's armor, even hurt more is pretty tame compared to the bite. But eventually the bite will scale down with your defense. So most of the time you prefer a spell or a breath attack as opposed to a straight up biting red dragon.
Although Dragon Lord breath on the red dragon still probably would trump everything.
Alright, it's still not using the Stop spell. So Centroid has not thought about using that effective attack yet.
And so, one advantage that Centroid gained by not death warping out of Garen's grave is that he was able to at least make some more map progress here, but it looks like Highspirits is right around the same area at this point.
Alright, somewhere around here has to be Cantlin and Hawksdance. We're running out of map to explore.
And ooh, there's something.
Now the flavor tells me Hawk's Nest, but we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, buddy.
Yep, sure enough, it is Hawksness.
Ambushed by a dreaded het monster.
Hello, Red Dragon.
Guess who's back?
Back again.
Please having run of the roost this seed.
And I think we still have to find out what the trap tile in Hawksness is, and for all we know, it could be another red dragon.
Yes, Ron, we finally found Old Hampshire. It took us an hour and a half when we got there.
And red dragon takes him out, but at least Centroid has the information. And I think Highspirits is on his way to getting that information as well. So we'll see if luck favors Highspirits better here.
Alrighty. The Highspirits use a stop spell, and we're seeing the fight go much smoother versus this green dragon.
Oh, yes. And level 13 for Highspirits. Let's see what we got. 4, 3, 3. New spell. There's our Hurt More and Repel and maybe something else besides.
Okay, large explosions, check. Hawksness, check.
Oh, geez, that was everything except outside. Dang. And so,
He's outside.
what do we have? It is an Armored Knight, but with Hurt More now on hand, I think we know how this is going to end up.
It's very good timing for the Hurt More there.
Oh, yes, very much. Armored Knight going
All
down
right.
quickly, and what do we have? It is the armor.
Alrighty, Caitlin can stay in obscurity forever. We don't
Yep.
care now.
Yep, because if anything, it'll be Flute. And even that's not a guarantee, because that could still be in a chest somewhere.
Alrighty, the Armor More. Urges Armor. But low defense points. Heal 1 hit point per step taken. Ignore Swamp, ignore Barrier, ignore Soft Spell. Half damage from hurt spells, 2/3 damage from fire breath attacks. Look how shiny and blue it is.
So at this point, given that we've pretty much got all the required items, looks like it might be grind and go time for Highspirits, and I don't know if he's just trying to...
Highspirits
I'm
wants
curious
to...
as to what Highspirits' plan is from here.
Highspirits is sampling any goods. What's the spike tile in the swamp? 'Cause we know
It's
the-
a golem, we know that.
Yeah, we know that, but Highspirits is not. So Highspirits wondering, where do I grind at now? Because all I miss now is stats.
Fair enough. I didn't realize Highspirits hadn't checked that.
Now, the Fairy Flute is kind of a meh find. But if you're going to grind on a golem, not a bad thing to have.
Yeah, but one downside to the Fairy Flute is that it takes about, I believe, 6 seconds per use. And that can definitely add up if you're grinding on golems for a while.
Certainly.
And Highspirits immediately says no.
Pentanos, we're not sure about that, but golems have appeared, ambushed, and punched teams to death, and that's all we've seen. They've arrived, they've made their presence very loudly known, and they've gone back to the throne room.
And of course, the one spell Highspirits doesn't have is outside, which would have made going through Swamp Cave so much easier. Because the Tanager basement was the south entrance, and when you use outside in the Swamp Cave, it takes you out the north entrance.
It's your boy Green Dragon.
Yeah, oh, you have hurt? Oh, I have hurt more. Bang!
Unfortunately, it's not asleep, so the trolling continues.
But hey, if nothing else, it's taken less damage all across the board. And meanwhile, Centroid is dealing with this with another red dragon. Thought he was trying to fight it, but looks like he's just trying to get away now at this point.
Yeah, Centroids are really rough spot birds. Defense power is enough to withstand a few hits, but is it worth your trouble and all your resources to fight a red dragon? Eventually, it'll pay off for you, your level gains. But whenever Centroids always finds a red dragon, it's always like halfway between towns or in Hawk's Nest. It's never a great spot to be in a fight.
So I'm thinking Highspirits. I'm curious to see if Highspirits will try to do an Armored Knight grind here.
thinking so, but it's simply a hurt more and a swing. We'll probably take care of the Armor Knight.
Yeah, and Centroid went through all of his MPs, still couldn't get away, and fell to the Red Dragon.
Yeah, Red Dragon agility is top notch, and our racers, level 12, 41, 45, 13, not that high in agility, so getting away from them is not an easy task.
Well, as has often been shown, even if you have like twice the agility that our runners have, it's still no easy thing. And regarding the grind and Hawksness, we do know that Breckenary isn't, well, it's not that close, but it's also not that far.
Yeah, there's an option for refueling if you want to, grind a bit, leave it like 20 or 30 MP, and try and sneak past the Red Dragons guarding the area.
Well, looks like he is passed by Hawksness, seeing if there's anything else. Oh, well, there we are.
All right, deep in the fabled crook, nook and cranny of Old Hampshire, we found the mountain cave in Canton.
Yep. And that seems to be good enough for Highspirits, and looks like the grind will commence.
Right, Highspirits now. Every step in this place, every fight in Hawksnest will be a boost towards the end game. Centroid needs to find that area, get back to it, and get on the same page. Because until they have the armor and can maintain that kind of attack power, every single fight they take, every single exploration they make, it's going to be a gap in Highspirits' favor.
Yep, he's already got a experience lead of about 1,000, and at this point, I think that lead is only going to grow until Centroid is able to get to Hawksness. Actually, get to the trap tile in Hawksness. He has actually seen Hawksness.
And Highspirits again has the, almost not double attack power, but the Silver Shield near his armor. The Red Dragon can, he can take 2 hits from a Red Dragon before having to heal. So having that much extra offensive ability against Red Dragons is pretty significant.
And Centroid hits level 13 and will be getting all of those wonderful, wonderful spells.
I have learned to throw fire. Take that, Wilson.
He's actually using herbs here, okay.
Okay, Highspirits is going to grind as long as they possibly can, and roll dice and getting out of there back to Cantland.
Use a couple, swing a couple times, make sure that the hurt more finishes it off.
Ooh, Highspirits going full bore, and
well, he has enough magic for one more hurt more.
better hit.
And it does.
Alright.
Now all he has to do is heal. But, we get level 14. Let's see what we got. 2, 5, 4, 1. And there's our outside.
Got hot, stinky garbage is what you got.
Yeah, at this point, when you're pretty much all you're looking for is stats, yeah, that's disappointing.
Ooh. That's just tempting fate. Can I run to town before I get murdered by a giant Trolloc enemy? Alrighty. Centroid is still walking around. Slowly getting back towards the area. Might be getting to Hawk's Nest soon.
And hopefully he doesn't pass by Hawksness and finds Cantland, because that would be, if he ends up focusing more on the coordinates, that will definitely set him back even farther.
Yeah, in the race pretty hard if the, unfortunately, if Centroid spends 5 or 10 minutes looking for the flute. That'll probably be the end of the race.
Especially when you have to go through a golem to get the flute. Alright, so we got ourselves, Highspirits got himself a pretty good setup here. It's not a long walk between Hawksness and Cantlin. Definitely a shorter walk than to get to Breckenary and back.
Certainly. And Hawks and Highspirits can grind here. They're content. They're satisfied. Head south and go to Charlock. I think Red Dragons are kind of like icing on the cake. They're worth the fight. Get the resources for it, and it's a maximum experience points.
Yep. A bit more dangerous, but you get more for it.
Wow has done well in fighting that Red Dragon. I'll fight this hat.
So, I'm sure you've noticed over the course of this race that our stats have been changing colors as they've gone up. The ones in the white are pretty much no-go. It's not anywhere close to Dragon Lord ready. The orange ones are your borderline cases, mostly reliant on what your other stats are. And the green ones by themselves are pretty much good to go. Again, also reliant on what your other stats are. So HP is looking pretty good. Magic is alright, it's getting there, but we definitely need more attack power, because at this point, Highspirits is not even guaranteed to do any damage whatsoever to Dragon Lord 2.
I don't think it's possible, actually. I think you subtract your baseline is take 100 off. So you're starting at -3. I'll cut that in half.
And I think Centroid is past Hawksness and is going farther.
Yep. Yeah.
If he can get past all this mess, he'll find himself in Cantlin, and we know it's not going to be good for him.
It's possibly dangerous. But knowing that Hawksness is close by, perhaps they'll go to Cantlin and recharge and walk back to Hawksness.
Possibly, yeah.
Highspirits is now almost out of gas in this run. Like last time, run to the fumes. Ooh, Stoneman's on caffeine or something. Stoneman's not falling asleep.
Not letting them run away either.
There you go. Oh, Highspirits.
And,
oh, the dice.
Red. Well, yeah.
Oh, Planet of Fire. Going to no magic available. 30 hit points. Tries to limp out of Hawksness. And the Red Dragon smells blood.
At this point, would you want to take the long walk back to Hawksness? There's enough threatening enemies close to home.
Yeah, I'd be willing to stop at 20 MP and make sure I have enough to get a few heals before I get knocked to death by a Red Dragon.
There's that too, and it looks like we are going to get a coordinates check from Centroid.
Oh no, Centroid. Going hard in the paint for we know is the wrong play.
And going search 30 south, 51 east. Not the best for coordinates. Goodness knows, I wouldn't be able to count that, but I want to say that's pretty much a straight shot, I think, given the world layout. So if Centroid was willing to count that out, I think it's possible to do. I think it was 30 south, 51 east.
Alright, you got that down there. So Centroid goes back to Cantlin, goes for charge. I think it's close to Hawksness. You gotta check that first.
Yeah. If the coordinates were close to Tanagel, I would get it, but Hawksness is close by. For all you know, armor's there, and you haven't even seen the trap tile for there yet, and you just. It's a faster check, either which way.
I imagine if Centroid does get hit by the Red Dragon and killed, like it's happened a few other times, they may just throw their hands up and say, fine, I'm going to look on the map.
And Highspirits is going south towards Breckenary and Charlock. I'm curious what he's up to here.
We diving down looking for that necklace, try to find some goodies down there.
Maybe. Or seeing if... Considering how many red dragons we've seen in the world, maybe there won't be any in Charlock.
Nah. Highspirits decided to grind the first floor of Charlock.
If nothing else, the walk to back to town to heal is definitely shorter in this case.
Oh, what a wasted hero walk.
The Stone Man that he decides not to take. And Centroid gets back to Hawksness again.
Alrighty. Centroid walking towards the spike tile. Finds the dragon.
There's the red dragon. He's trying to get away. And ooh, Highspirits hits level 15. 4, 1, 5, 7.
Alright, scary hat monster. Let's see if Centroid can get the spike tile. Oh no, what are you doing? Why'd you walk left?
I don't know. I don't know if that was a mistake, but it could definitely cost him right here. Oh dear. And according to chat, apparently at the current agility level, Centroid has about a 25% chance to run, but he's able to.
Alright, Charlock, wizards have sleep, so level Charlock kind of being a slow drag out. The snowmen that don't do much, wizards that no sleep. It's irksome. AK, soaking the hurt more. Not that time. Ooh, roll the dice on that attack. Oh wow, again!
Yeah, and he gets the kill.
Centroid fighting on tilt strats because...
And gets level 14 along with it.
14 good, but it's been established that knight could have killed him in one swing. Took 3 damage, to 3 health left.
And
finds the armor.
Finds that armor.
Look at my stats. And my arms are so puny. Alright, but immediately seeing the much lower damage being taken from hits by the armor knight. Highspirits, the grind here at on Charlock might actually give Centroid a chance to come back here.
Well, he is getting a good number of good string of axe knights here, so that definitely helps.
But Centroid might want to leave.
Thankfully, Centroid knows that the search spot in the overworld is the flute and is not likely to go get it. Unless he wants, well, unless he wants to count out the coordinates, he would have to go
fight a golem to get
through the golem to get the flute. And I think counting out the coordinates to get the fairy flute would just be a huge waste of time.
Alright, Centroid heading back towards Canton to heal up. Hey, golem on the top floor of Charlock.
Yep. The enemy in Swamp was a golem.
Here's golem, right here.
Yep, and if we wanted to do a Swamp grind, we have all the means to, because the Swamp South is in the Tanager basement.
And Golem's not happy because Golem is punching and punching and punching. That's all Highspirits is seeing. 3 goals in a row.
So I think we've seen the full slate of enemy encounters in here with golems, stone men, axe knights, green dragons, and wizards.
It's a rough Sherlock. I'd not be grinding here.
And looks like Centroid took a healing spot back at Cantlin and is back in Hawksness. Still got a long ways to go to catch up on the experience, but if he's able to reliably grind here in Hawksness, it could eat into that lead a little bit.
It's run from the Reds, though, since we're afraid to fight the Red Dragon.
I mean, granted, he's still short by about 2,400 experience, but depending on how the grind goes, yeah, well, it could whittle it down bit by bit.
Highspirits running from fights, getting put to sleep by this wizard repeatedly over and over again.
Yeah, that's not going to help. And
Centroid will have killed 2 monsters in the time it took Highspirits to fight that one wizard.
And the thing is, at the end of the day, it really all... Oh, it was a blue dragon. Okay. It really all comes down to when do our respective runners decide that their stats are good enough for a dive. Obviously, they're not good enough now. At 50, like, our attack power is unacceptable, to say the least.
Yeah, currently your high roll is I think negative 1.5. So I think you're healing on contact. You're giving a Dragon Lord a massage for Dragon Lord 2.
For all the good it'll do, yeah, might as well be.
Kenjutsu, it's a little dicey here. The Hurt More is pretty much guaranteed to hit the Armored Knight. Basically, you want to usually attack first, so you get a surprise dodge, and then use the Hurt More to blow up the Knight. Once your attack power is high enough, you're basically assured a free 1-1 kill. Right now, despite being level 14, having the Sword of Verdrick, and basically all of the trimmings, our fighters are still pretty soft in the arm department.
Yeah, strength's pretty low, agility's still pretty low. Definitely want to see those go up a bit before we can make a full go for a full Sherlock dive. And because our HP is not high enough for the Death Necklace to be an issue, to be a factor either. And goodness knows there are a lot of places where that could still be. There's the bottom of Grave, there's all of Mountain, and all of Sherlock. The Death Necklace could be in any one of those places, along with the Fighter's Ring, though. And the Fighter's Ring is only 2 AP. 2 AP might make all the difference at this point.
Highspirits suddenly gripped by the need for adventure. He's heading downstairs.
Yeah, maybe see what the Sherlock Treasury has. Maybe get a more agreeable zone farther down.
Or something has some kind of attack power, because our attack power is trash.
Yep. So yeah, it looks like the Highspirits experience lead has gone from 2,400 to about 2,000. So it is going down a bit by bit. And I'd be seeing a bit of issue on Centroid's stream, but hopefully that won't last too long. And at least he didn't die while we couldn't see what was going on.
Yep. Has made it back to Cantlin in one piece. Highspirits heading down to the depths of Sherlock.
I forget where the borders between zones.
I think it's a 1, 2, then I think 3 and 4 and 5. It's 4 zones, I think. I think it's like 6, 7. I think the last straight walkway in the very, very basement are the last one. There's only 3, okay, so it's 1, 2, 3 to 5, and 6 to 8. There we go. So fire with the knowledge.
All right.
I'm too busy hyperventilating or running away from monsters to count where I'm at. Cornhusker, races are advised to record their race locally in case it comes down to that fact. We have to have the proof of knowledge. Hasn't really come to a factor yet, but it's a good backup plan just to have that there. Your different time zones really far away. You got a storm coming in. It's wise just to maintain a recording of your own race.
Yep. And that way you can perhaps, if you have the means of, say, uploading it to YouTube or something like that, so that the tournament admins can verify the particulars of your particular race.
Also have in the crowd here trying to wear Randomizer that we are of high enough caliber and a stature that we've had not to worry about a shady finish.
And so 3, 2, 3, 5 for Highspirits at 16.
These levels smell like a high school gym. They stink.
Yeah, this is...
This is the last night all over again. That's what it is. Let the grind begin.
Yeah, at this point, it's not so much that the grind exists. It's more of a case of how long is this grind going to be?
Algebra, you have floors 3 and 5 of Garen's Grave, and all of Mountain Cave. The treasury.
Which Centroid is checking right now, and Highspirits is about to check the treasury. So we're getting information on that regard on 2 fronts now.
All right, chat, you get a chance. Guess. Where's that ring?
Where's the ring? Where's the death necklace? That's really the only two things our runners really care about right now. And key, the other cursed belt. Centroid just got money. Well, there's the ring for Centroid.
Alright, treasury's bupkis. But middle chest of Mountain 2 has your fighter's ring.
Yep. So that still leaves this last chest in Mountain Cave, the bottom 2 chests in Grave, and what we have started referring to as the Judge's Table in Charlock, which is the vanilla sword chest. And nope, it's not in Mountain.
Yes. Due to our ongoing grind here, the race between Silverfire and Thurwolf will be here still. It will be happening after this race is complete.
Yeah, hopefully the end of this race won't be too much longer, but considering that we're still waiting on minimum another 20 points of attack.
Got ways to go.
Yes, we do. So we've got Armored Knights, Blue Dragons. I didn't really pay attention to what else we had for encounters down there.
I think Wizard came back for more.
Of course it did.
Let's see. 10 attack power would be dicey.
Yeah, it would. With an attack of 114, your damage range is 3 to 7.
3 to 7.
Yeah, that's... So, Highspirits is at 10-4.
Centroid died gold ground. Now on the way for Silver Shield.
The other reason for diving Mountain Cave, setting up that. Okay, that's cool. So along the way of doing that, Highspirits has increased the experience lead by up to about 2,800, if I saw that right.
Yeah, lead's been pretty insurmountable. It's going to take either a full-on tilt-out or Drangler 2 somehow gaining extra stats and surprising us all. I think Highspirits has his one in hand for the finish, but it's the matter of working through to get there.
Well, at least Centroid got that silver shield, so his defense is about as good as it's going to be, barring any substantial agility gains, which we know will not be coming on 16.
Yep. Fortunately, opening the stat list, looking at more, my stats, saying I truly am a wretched thing. I'm marching back to the swamp. Highspirits already back in Hawksness.
Yep. Deciding he's done with Sharlock for now, is gonna just head back into the Hawksness grind.
So now both racers have the same grind in mind. Any work done by one racer will be undone by the other. So you'll see, as long as Centroid gets to Hawksness and stops rounding here by Rumbledore.
Well, hey, there's red dragons and other nasty things. It's definitely a shorter walk to the grind, and goodness knows if you need to heal, the town's right there. So I'm not gonna say this is a bad thing. It's Highspirits is definitely going to be getting more encounters over time.
Yep, we'll see how it goes. I'll try asking again. I'll say they're Custaroni. Your stats start. Black is the lowest possible stat, or flashing now yourself the 0 MP.
Yeah. Nowadays it's flashing red and orange.
A deep red.
It used to be black.
Yeah, a deep red is a very low starting stat. White is like early mid game passable. Orange is kind of like you could do Castle Sherlock with this if you have other good stats. And green is you're fine. But yeah, you'll never bring a white stat into Sherlock is probably a death wish.
Yeah, unless some of your other stats are just huge by comparison.
You've got 188 hit points, and you only have like 70 defense power. You can probably make do with that.
Yeah.
The grind is on.
It's just a matter of how many levels do we need before we get at the very least, attack power that we need to make a Dragon Lord attempt viable.
Definitely. That's now, I believe the primary stat, strength and agility, can only be 4 at the worst. I think your lowest possible HP is 10?
Oop, level 17, 10 power, 2, 6, 1. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Still not good enough, I don't think, but it's definitely, we're definitely heading in the right direction now.
114, looking at 7 top, 3 bottom. Yeah, I'd go back and get some more.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying 10 is a step in the right direction. It's definitely better than the 2s and 3s that we'd been getting previously.
Centroid's grind here again. And Centroid finds a red dragon. It's within reason, but all the other monsters here are giving less reward, and possibly for more annoyance than the Armor Knight would.
And it looks like Highspirits is going to be checking Mountain Cave, seeing if the Death Necklace is here. We know it won't, but the Fighter's Ring will make some headway towards that attack goal.
Yeah, Highspirits, at this point you're 2,000 siege, you gotta be thinking, my opponent's gotta be in Charlock beating me up right now. I gotta find something. So looking for a quick dig for the Death Necklace, probably.
Yeah, he's definitely probably looking for the Death Necklace. The Fighter's Ring will be a decent consolation prize, but it's probably not what he's looking for.
Yeah, remaining chests are the very middle and bottom of Garen's grave and the judge's table. Mm-hmm. I think we saw all the chests in Mountain Cave.
Yes, we did.
Yep, here. Highspirits did put that necklace on at 1.2, it would bring their hit points below the safety threshold. Alrighty, Aspinari dropping 5 more subs into the chat. Thank you very much. Yep, RPG Limit Break, you have many events, hosting of streams, randomizer races, and big old tournaments, and frankly, just displays and showcases of RPGs.
Ooh, and Highspirits coming up against a golem, and health is enough that he's actually taking this fight.
Yeah, the golem now is not really a problem with the HP and defense that's now building up. To the point where Highspirits accidentally died in Hawk's Nest, I might go back to the swamp cave and grind there. Favorite return. That's where I gifted a sub in return. Highspirits back to the grind. Centroid in limbo.
Yeah, not sure if that's a stream issue or a brief pause for reasons unknown.
Sometimes you gotta go to the bathroom.
Possibly. Ooh, getting a nice crit on the red dragon there.
That would help out. Ooh, Highspirits. Oh, Highspirits roll the dice to hurt more.
And takes him out.
Centroid returns. Dread Jerkbird. Take that, Jerkbird.
Yes. So Centroid is gaining experience, and any healing he has to do will definitely take less time, but Highspirits is definitely expanding that experience lead right now. It's up to about 3,500 now. And so if Highspirits ends up taking a fall here on this grind, now the question is, will he try to continue his hunt for Death Necklace and see if he can find it, head back to Garrett's grave and see if it's buried in there?
Possibility. Next level gets you a lot of HP. Might be a viable choice, but again, as time spent exploring, it's supposed to get more levels. Highspirits keeps rolling the dice, keeps hoping that one little chance of the hurt more being soaked is not going to be kind of bite them.
And Centroid hits level 16. So probably does not like what he sees, and the grind will likely continue.
Opens that window. Yee. Close that window. Resume swinging sword. Armor Knight number 456. You're up. I don't want to go.
The question in chat: if the first floor of Sharlock's the better option, if better option than the Armored Knights and Hoxtis, no. Better option than what Centroid has been going through here at Cole.
First floor was it was a Sleep Wizard, Stone Man, which is just a big bullet hit points, Golem with punch to death, Blue Dragon, which seems to be just a bite monster. Sherlock 1 was pretty much a real wash. Like, Highspirits was dodging like 3 of the 4 fights in that area.
Yeah. Highspirits down to 11 magic, but still Looks like we might be in one more fight mode at the moment. The swamp traptile is a golem, which isn't really the nicest thing to be encountering right now.
Yeah, I think our golem's a punch beast. So unfortunately, it's real quick grinding your stats and your resources to take it down.
I mean, granted, it's a short trip there since Swamp South is in the Tanager basement, but you're having to leave and heal a lot more often.
Alright, Highspirits takes out of Hawksness. 2 hours later.
Oh, let's hope not.
No, we're there already.
Oh, fair enough.
It's already happened.
At least we know where everything is. Well, aside from Death Necklace, we still don't know about that. But at least
And my stats.
That's pretty much all we're looking for. And all you can do is just keep grinding until you get the stats you need. They have to come eventually.
Hey, Highspirits, while you're here, killing, grab some herbs.
Yeah, he had been using the occasional herb during the grind, so it makes sense.
Yeah, one point so far makes in the chat is valid. While I was walking around the map trying to find creatures, they were using desert tiles with the highest encounter rate, so they were at least maximize their chance for a fight.
Yeah, I will grant him that he was maximizing his encounter rate, but just the encounters he was getting just didn't really compare to regular armored knight fights. And as such, Centroid has returned to Hawksness to continue that grind and gets a red dragon on the off tile.
That's a valid option. You gotta fight correctly.
Yeah, at this point, it's a 1 in 3 chance that the necklace is in the vanilla sword chest, and we get 3, 2, 6, 8 for level 18, and I think the grind's going to continue now.
Yep, Highspirits takes a look at it and says, nope, right back to this fight tile.
I mean, the magic's looking pretty good, the hit points are looking pretty good, but your attack power, you're, what, 4 to 9, I think, right now?
Yep, Erdrick yelling at the Axonites. You will suffer for my cause. Right on the borderline there, you're looking at... it's going to end up being round down to 4 to 8 damage, I believe. Maybe 5.
No, I think it was 4 to 9, because...
Yeah, 18 rounds down, you got it. So, one like that, and with agility being 57, getting downstairs with all my gas in the tank, probably not going to happen.
Yeah, at least he does. At least you do have a good bit of. Our runners do have a good bit of MP, so that will help. Even if you have to use maybe 1 or 2, if you're able to get enough attack power, if you can get it to like 130 or something, that should still be enough? Question mark.
Question is now you're 2 hours into a seed. Do I want to try and do a dive that might work?
Yeah, true enough, because you don't know where your opponent is. And if you decide to go for that 1 extra level, it could end up costing you the race for all you know.
It's where you get that more of a feel thing, where your stats, you know your stats, you know your balance stats, you need 120 baseline for attack power, decent hit points and magic points to survive, Dragon Lord Breath, and a punch. Your agility and your defense is getting more reasonable, but still, I think they're at risk of a 50 punch from the Dragon Lord, both of them.
Yeah, I forget what the green mark. Let me take a look here. We have
It was 81 to be a punch save.
86 actually.
Ooh, that much higher, huh? Okay, so they're probably in range for a 51 to 2 punch. There you go. So 1, 2. Yeah, so looking at extra damage there. So probably looking at a 50 maximum here. Could be. lot of HP though, so it might not be as terrifying, but something
Yeah,
in
but
mind.
there's always that risk of you're down to 49. Do you swing? Do you take that risk? And well, it was mentioned in chat that that basically one stat can help cover a deficiency in another. Lack of attack power. I think lack of attack power. I think would be. Oh dear.
Highspirits rolls the dice on no MP again and gets burned again right outside of town.
I probably would have swung at that thing at that point. I wouldn't have. I think that would have been might have been a bit more reliable than trying to run away.
Highspirits been rolling. He's been rolling the risk every time. He's been shooting spells and swinging at armor knights when he's at no fatal range. He can go to no MP at all, then run back to town best they can. So Highspirits has been rolling dice every single grind.
And Centroid hits 17. So as I was saying before, in my opinion, now that I'm actually contemplating such things, a lack of attack power, I think the best counter for that would be high MP more than anything else. Because it's one thing to have a whole lot high AP, but if your AP is not up to snuff, you're going to be swinging a lot, and that means you're probably going to be needing to heal a lot. So I think high magic would probably be a bigger requirement for a low attack attempt. And it looks like Highspirits is changing tactics and going after the golem here.
Deciding to throw the walk. Just punch this golem here.
You are getting more experience per attempt. And you're using your magic on heal mores instead of hurt mores. And when you run out of magic, you can probably just death warp, go back into Tanager, and you don't even have to open the door anymore. You can just go right back down into the swamp and rinse and repeat. So this could definitely be a viable thing, depending on how long each grinding session can last.
It's got a Red Dragon. Red Dragon also is basically a punch beast, so both are good options. Now, if you have the XP available and the resources to fight them repeatedly, it's not a bad choice. The chat discussing MP versus HP in Charlotte case. Higher MP lets you maintain the fight cycle, which is the healing, attacking, healing back up. In a game where you can't dodge, it's very important. Higher HP lets you break the cycle by getting doubles and when you get a real obnoxious amount, a triple.
Level 19, 7075. I think that was.
Well, now.
We're getting into some borderline situations here.
Ooh, Highspirits says, I don't like my other stats. We're going to keep on going.
But yeah, the no agility means your defense isn't getting any better, and your run chance isn't getting any better.
Yeah, the main loss there is the run chance. Being able to get down there without burning magic points is very important. So you're relying on those extra 3 or 4 heal mores to compensate for your lower attack power or your lower everything else.
And it looks like Centroid is committing to a grind outside of Cantlin, which feels kind of a weird spot for that since he had done a grinding session in Hawksnest just a moment ago.
I besides 10 more golems, but it's worth looking. It'll take me 5 minutes to kill these golems. Let's see my stats, level 20.
Yeah, it's at least on between hit points magic and attack power, it's getting there, but the agility might be the thing that's holding them back now. And of course, the obligatory agility means nothing comment in chat, which we've seen enough times where even high agility just doesn't really seem to make that much of a difference, so I see where that's coming from.
To be fair, that's in regards to running away from monsters, which should be able to get away from. In terms of being punched in the face, there's a concrete formula for being punched in the face. And agility definitely helps with that.
True, yeah, which is very true, very true. And of course, the sentiment seems to have a bit more weight when it's the creator of the randomizer saying it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's the case there. The gamble on the vanilla, well, judge's table chest in this case. Do you want to waste resources going for that and have a 1 in, I'll say 3 chance of seeing that necklace or seeing another herb? It's real dicey.
Yeah. I don't even remember where Garen's grave. Actually, no, it was right next to Sherlock, wasn't it?
Yeah, Garen's grave is right by Charlock.
Right. So at Highspirits' current HP, a Death Necklace usage would definitely defense pending. Death Necklace usage would be an interesting decision here, because using the Death Necklace, at least in this randomizer, in the vanilla game, it does nothing but curse you. In the randomizer, you gain an extra 10 attack power at the cost of 25% of your max HP. So, and about 130 is that butter zone where you can use the Death Necklace and still keep you ahead in 2 breath range, so that you're not 2 shot. You can't be potentially 2 shot by a Dragon Lord breath. But our defense score is low enough where that may still be an iffy thing.
Yeah, Chad the Highspirits decide to, I'll go to like no MP and HP and try and escape this cave. Immediately jumped on by a red dragon and had to get away by the skin of his teeth. Again, falling in line with Highspirits' entire race of like, I'm gonna grind until I have 5 hit points left and see what happens when I walk by the town.
And meanwhile, Centroid is now grinding on like knights and axe knights here outside of Cantland.
Highspirits walking towards Sherlock. Might be fighting their way down.
Taking a brief pit stop in Breckenary.
Highspirits is pretty far away from level 20.
I think I saw in chat that it was 19.5, I think it was. Meanwhile, Centroid hits level 18. Sees that big 10... Actually, no, that was 3 for that one. It was the 10 attack boost was at 17. Right?
Yeah, this is a tame level. This is a very average to the season level.
Yeah.
Highspirits going down. Swinging the sword in the way.
Yep, and it's just a matter of, well, yeah, if he's taking fights along the way, he might be taking a shot at the Death Necklace being at the sword chest.
David, we're not sure. Might be a matter of your cure por los dos.
Yeah, currently our range is 6 to 13, which is not... It's better than it had been earlier, but it's still not that good.
I should be ambushed by dragons, by golems, by the IRS. Everyone getting in the Highspirits case.
And so you're averaging about 9 to 10 damage per hit with, what was it, 14 heal more or less? So yeah, that's definitely, I don't think that's in Highspirits' favor right now.
Make that 13. Just use one to survive that golem.
Well, I'm saying based off of max MP, but yes.
They're the worst improv. They ambush you and they guilt you. And they're so delicious. Right, Golem again with the ambush and stop runs. Highspirits cannot get past these. Frankly, one of the slower enemies in Charlock, the Golem, is given a no pass.
And I think the fact that that Highspirits had been taking fights from the get-go pretty much means this wasn't going to be a Dragon Lord dive. Okay.
Nope. That's where it says, no. let's try this again, get up on the right side of the bed. And go down again.
Now, if he was going just for the sword chest check, I'm surprised to say that he hit outside that soon.
I don't think he cares about the sword chest. I think he's just trying to go down, get that level, and hope that stuff will work. Unfortunately, when golems are stopping you from running, you got problems.
Yeah. It's just I don't think I don't think golems' agility is that high. I don't think so. It shouldn't be that hard to run from them. So if you're having issues with them, you're probably going to have issues with a bunch of the others too.
Yeah, fortunately, a few more fights per level, getting close to it. Ambushes. Skulls, even not blocking the runs, are getting ambushes too.
Hey, just golems everywhere here. So I guess that's better than having red dragons everywhere. And there's another ambush.
Alright, heading downstairs. While Highspirits is dancing around golems and murdering axe knights, Centroid's fighting wraiths and star weapons.
Yep, and the experience lead is up to about 3,400 now.
Gilf, I would take what I could get. Again, it's viable at this level. It'd be hard. It's doable.
Minimum, I would say minimum 4.
Yeah, give me foot call a wash. Alright, Highspirits wants 2 more of those axe knights to get an easy level 20. The werewolves are pretty soft. They have baby breath.
Yeah, which once you have Edric's armor, that's not so bad. Now the wizards with sleep, however, okay, he's able to get away. Ooh, gets a crit, one-shots the wizard. Nice.
Figuring I'm close enough now, just kill the thing and move on.
Yep, and one more fight will get him that level. And no, yeah, Highspirits not going for the sword chest. He's just going straight to the Dragon Lord.
I fear as much. Centroid's still in the overworld. I don't know, heading back to a certain spot. These demon knights keep showing up. Okay, well, I'll take care of that one.
Okay. Taking this red dragon fight, he'll probably have to burn a heal more in this one.
Perhaps the case, we'll see.
Unless he's able to out DPS him.
Let's see how the rolls go.
Okay, he didn't have to use a heal more during the fight, but here we are, level 20. Let's see what we get this time. Ooh! Power! 22! 14! 2! 4! There it is! We're done. Let's go.
Dost thou desire the power?
So suddenly our attack range is 12 to 24.
So, how free is this fight right now?
We'll see how much MP he has once he actually gets to the fight. And the defense is just slightly under par. So based off of that, I think the Dragon Lord can still hit for 49, which could be.
I respect the high punch.
We'll see how the damage rolls shake out. But if he's able to maintain the MP that he's got, it should be okay.
All right, Centroid now is 3,000 experience points away from the epiphany of all the biceps appearing. So this is unfortunately bad for Centroid. Highspirits hitting the spike tile.
Oh, and it was a red dragon on the trap tile.
Alright, Red Dragon's a bad place now, because
yeah,
we have found muscle.
It does burn a heal more on the red dragon.
It's a wise choice. It's not worth the gamble at this point. You're so far in the Charlock. You're 2.5 hours in your seed. Don't give Centroid a chance to sneak behind you.
Alright, so 12 to 24 attack power, 12 heal mores. So that's averaging about, let's see, 18 per hit. To math on Twitch, why am I even doing this?
Oh, half.
Wow.
95 over 2 strikes. Opens the double 21 and 23.
Nice. Getting some good rolls there so far.
Alrighty. Level 20 damage coming out from level 20 character.
And looks like Centroid is back in the Charlock area. And is diving grave, potentially looking for that necklace.
Centroid wants that 10 attack power.
Although apparently he hadn't even checked the top 3 items, so that's 5 chests to hunt to look for. And
Highspirits.
Highspirits is 1. So yeah.
Disdainful dispatching the Dragon Lord. After all that grinding the steed, walks into the thing, knocks over the throne, throws him into the moat himself.
Yeah, something to be said. Catharsis could definitely be a thing for a seed like this.
The scowl alone did 30 damage.
And with that, Highspirits has finished in first place with an official SRL time of 2:25:38. GG.
Again, Highspirits kept pace with the early and using it effectively in combat. The more gas used in the tank, obviously had to heal up, get your MP back. But kept pace, essentially could not find good fights with the sword. And Centroid, seeing the finish of Highspirits and having up the seed, as forfeit. Which, in my opinion, is totally fair.
Yeah, I don't blame him for that one. And it looks like Centroid has declined an interview.
Oh, maybe. There's a flight to catch. Super, we'll see. Hopefully they show up. You could have both of them to trash the seed the way it should be trashed.
Burn it with fire.
That was
Hello,
their job.
Highspirits. Hello, Highspirits. GG.
Wow, that was terrible.
Yeah,
that
One
was
of the most unfun seeds I've played in a while.
Yeah, that seed definitely had it out for the two of you since combined death total 74.
That seed had
Yeah,
it out for you. Had it for Centroid, had it for the king. Tried to kill me a few times. That seed was angry.
I don't got anything good to say about this. It didn't help that someone was playing an instrument badly outside of my apartment. It was giving me a splitting headache hearing this.
Oh,
I
ouch.
was like, shut up already.
And meanwhile, we have
First of all-
Centroid in the booth as well. GG.
Thank you so much. GG to Highspirits. Well played. So what level did you win at?
I dove at 19, and then once you hit 20, you got 22 strength. So I dove it most of the way to 20. I went about one floor, had to burn 2 heal mores left, went back in, and I leveled on the way down and got 22 strength at level 20, so it was free at that point.
That sounds nice. Yeah. Do you know where the death necklace was? Because like I figured 19 would have been okay. Like if you found.
We never saw it.
Nope, it's either...
By process of elimination, we know that it's either in the sword chest or the bottom 2 chests in grave. We never actually saw it.
Yeah, I actually went and searched Mountain Cave, like, okay, I'm gonna try to find this death necklace. And I searched the treasury on an early dive. I'm like, nope, all I got was the fire.
Nice. Yeah, as I was saying, I only have like a minute or two. I got to get going and catch a red eye flight, but yeah, I mean this seed was wasn't bad. Like it was just repetitive, like dying over and over and over again. It just gets frustrating, but like I don't know, like you kind of after a while you got to think like, is there anything else I can do? You know, that's why I was like not afraid to grind the lower enemies for a bit and like gold grind for the broadsword early, but like. So I enjoyed the challenge, but yeah, it does kind of suck, like dying like over and over and over again.
Yeah, as I mentioned right before you entered the room, between the two of you, you guys died a combined 74 times.
Is that a record?
I have
Oh,
no
no.
idea. I have no idea. It just feels like a lot.
Unfortunately,
worse, but-
poor Sparkover had a seed where she died like 100 times. So,
Oh, this isn't chaos. I forgot about that.
no, that wasn't even a chaos seed. It was just really bad seed is all. But yeah, it happens. This was tough. There wasn't a whole lot at the start, and even when you got, it just felt like I couldn't kill anything. And like it just when I finally figured out how to get past the starting zone, I'm like, oh, we got to go through the swamp. Go through the swamp, Red Dragon. And it's like it was just like slow, like every 5 steps, every death, you know, until you finally actually got to somewhere.
Yep, and for most of this race, it was actually really close between the two of you. Yeah, you guys never really were that far apart in experience. You never were that far apart in exploration. Centroid was actually the one to find like the sword and like Hawksness and all that stuff first. Although Highspirits was the first one to actually get the armor. And it all came down to once you had everything, it was just in your methods of grinding. And that's where Highspirits was able to pull away alongside with being the first one to get hurt more. And
There was no grinding on that seed, please. Like I switched, I was like, okay, Armor Knights, that's cool. Because I found Hawksness after I found everything else. So I'm like, I wonder if Cantlin's nearby. And I go, no, there's Cantlin. Okay, I'll farm Armor Knights. Red Dragons kept killing me before I could do anything. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna farm in Charlotte. Nope, there was golems everywhere. I was like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna run around in circles. And once I hit like level 18, I took that death, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna farm golems in the treasury.
And while you were doing that, Centroid rather was doing a number of different things. Sometimes doing Hawksness, sometimes just doing overworld grinding, either near Cole or by Cantlin. And so that taking weaker fights like that was definitely led to you having a bit of a good experience lead. I think at one point it was over 3,000 for experience.
Yeah, that seed was hot garbage. I'm glad to be done with it. Gee, thanks for the race, man. I know we got another race coming up that's already late, so I won't hold them any longer. Thanks for the commentary and for the race.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Highspirits, and thanks to the crew for sticking with us through this. Yeah, I guess one more note on the grind, like, man, that I thought the Armor Knight was gonna be the ticket in Hawksness, but just like there was red dragons everywhere in there, just like waiting to snipe you, and it was a little bit of a hike to Cantland, which is what kind of persuaded me to do overworld grinding and mixing it up and what have you. But
yeah, I got sniped definitely a few times myself, so that's why I was really sketchy about fighting that. And we had no strength, so it was always double hurt more, and then you could gain just a little experience, and you had to walk a ways, hoping you didn't get sniped on the way back to Cantland.
All right, so I don't think we can hang around too much. We still have the match between Silverfire and Thurwolf waiting in the wings here, but Highspirits, with this victory, you will be facing off against the winner of Will Wagner Music and Angela Femme. What are your thoughts on your potential opponent there?
Well, I think if I lose, I'll be 7th place, which seems to be what I get every year, so GG to the winner next week. I mean, it'll be a tough, hard-fought match. I'm definitely going to win because I'm definitely better, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, I look forward to it. Angel and Will, I look forward to racing with.
All right, then.
That, I think
so,
we are.
Yep. I think it's time for us to... we can let the other race get underway. So I'd like to thank my fellow commentator, C. Wolf, our restreamer, CD Improv, and our tracker, Tyrannex.
Yes, I'll say Tyrannex has dodged most praise of seed. Definitely give Tyrannex our thanks for tracking this brutal 20 levels of grind.
Yeah, and also thanks to RPG Limit Break for allowing us their platform to put on this race and this tournament as a whole. And so alongside everyone else, I am MeleeWizard, and have a nice night.